Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host. Yeah, and I do hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Team Talk, Rudy Galletti, Italian, easy for me to say, journalist speaking about the goalkeeper situation, Mike Maignan, and rather interestingly, a contract that was already agreed, because we heard before that Maignan was interested in coming to Chelsea, but that's kind of all we heard from those initial stories. Like Gittins, they both wanted the Chelsea moves. Although Rob Sanchez wasn't like directly to blame for any goals yesterday, the beginning of the game against Flamengo, the loss, he looks so shaky, and that cannot inspire confidence into his defenders, so the defenders can inspire confidence into their midfielders, and so on and so on. I want to speak about it a little bit today, this article. I'll read it to you from Team Talk and we can speak about this. I do think it would be such a massive boon for Chelsea to not just get a better goalkeeper, but also get a character like that in the dressing room as well. And we'll speak a little bit more about the situation broadly. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for the continued support. I've been feeling the love recently, so I'm very grateful for that. Everyone's welcome here on Football Therapy, so if you enjoy the content, do consider dropping a like on this video and subscribing if you want to. And by the way, worth mentioning, this channel, Football Therapy, turns 6 today, or at least YouTube told me that. Yeah, it's 6 years old at time of recording. So yeah. Happy birthday to this YouTube channel, I suppose. Very, again, grateful for you guys to have been with me here on the journey for over half a decade now, with 6 years. I did actually, forgive me for this little intro here. I did actually obviously have a podcast before I went into YouTube. I did Yannick on Chelsea, which was a Chelsea podcast. I probably started that around Conte times. And of course YouTube picked up, and I pivoted my career from the music industry into football and content creation, and I'm very grateful. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's been here on the journey on the way. There you go, just a little bit of like warm fuzzies that I wanted to get out of the way. Right, really quickly before I read this article and speak about Mike Maignan. Yeah, there's a lot of upset people I've seen. I felt it in the ether. I can feel a disturbance in the force. Maresca trying different tactics for next season, yada, yada, yada. Almost like it was a preseason game in that sense, but not throwing on Santos like it was a preseason game. So, very frustrating in the end. You got Cucurella coming out talking to the BBC and other Chelsea players going, yeah, look, it's at the end of the season for us. We're knackered. It's hot. They've just started their season. They're just finding the momentum. I know it's excuses, and yeah, it is excuses ultimately, but I do think, of course, what's really going to count. I mean, this is a nice bonus, the Club World Cup, if you can make the money or whatever, but what's really going to count is making a couple extra important additions, integrating the likes of Santos, keeping Lavia fit, making sure Delap thrives, getting a couple of, these important signings over the line, which includes Gittins and possibly a goalkeeper, which we're about to speak about. And, just being good consistently in the Premier League, being, respectable in the Champions League. That's really what this is about. But it's almost, yeah, I understand everyone got understandably emotional, but I've seen a lot of fighting between Chelsea fans on social media. It's just the way it works, I'm sure if they're in the pub, they could have a conversation. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell people how to support their team, but I'm just talking about what I've seen. My opinion is, I quite like Maresca. I think he's not the finished article. I think he works well. The play's not combustible with like managing up and down as in the squad. And until there's just an obvious upgrade, I'm going to sort of be backing the manager. That is my personal position on it. But I welcome other opinions. I'm not one of these content creators that say my way is the only way and, all the rest are knobbers. Just not like that, mate. Right, let's speak about Maignan. Okay, so I'm going to read this article by Galletti on Team Talk. So he's an Italian journalist, so you'd like to think he's informed with Italian footballing stories. Like Milan's goalkeeper Mike Maignan, maybe he gets briefed in, information from agents, yada, yada, yada. So hopefully there's some accuracy in this article. Chelsea are ready to launch a second bid to sign a top goalkeeper this summer, with Team Talk sources confirming Enzo Maresca's desire to upgrade his #1 position at Stamford Bridge. That is music to my ears. The Blues have not closed the chapter on Maignan after making several attempts to sign the French goalkeeper in early June. The Premier League outfit are now planning to make another move after the Club World Cup. Yeah, man. If we got through to the knockouts, you could sign him before and register him, but I think Milan would be like, keep trying to add that Club World Cup tax. I'm not reading this from the article, I'm speculating here, but I wonder if like Chelsea are thinking, once the Club World Cup's done, they know he's not signing an extension, they know this is their last chance to get any form of significant fee. He's going to turn 30 soon, which by the way is a really significant thing in terms of what I'm about to tell you. So maybe Chelsea are keeping their powder dry. I always said this. I said I think we'll definitely sign Gittins, and there's a good chance we'll still sign Maignan. But we'll have to see. Chelsea already agreed personal terms with Maignan a few weeks ago with a 6-year contract worth around 8.5 million euros. So what's that? It's saying per year on the card. It's saying 73 million. Yeah, there's an error here. 8.5 million euros per year is good money, but it's totally fine for a player of his profile. It's obviously money that Chelsea are prepared to pay for an elite goalkeeper. But the thing that blew my mind here is a 6-year contract, not 5+1, a 6-year contract. Now, for all of the people out there criticizing Chelsea's only signing children on long-term deals, Maignan will be 30 if and when they sign him, because he's literally at the beginning of July he turns 30. So the kindergarten London club of Chelsea are willing to give a 30-year-old a 6-year deal. 36-year-old. I know goalkeepers is like, go on for ages, and Neuer is 40, and all this kind of sort of stuff. Yeah, wild. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it, and in fact, I like it because it shows we're willing to bend on this, rule that they want to just only sign young players. And you've obviously got Penders, the young goalkeeper, coming through. I'll just reiterate my opinion on Maignan. Let's just quickly finish this. Although the goalkeeper only has 1 year left on his deal at Milan, the Italian club have not changed its stance. The Rossoneri are firm on their demands, and they consider a bid of £20 million at least, plus add-ons, so £25 million. Indeed, they have made it clear that no discounts will be granted despite the expiry in contract. Maignan, for his part, has not changed his mind. The France international was hoping to participate in the Club World Cup with Chelsea, and is still very interested in making the move to the Premier League to start a new chapter in his career. Remember, Milan are not good at the moment as well, so it's like, yeah, he wants to come and join the Chelsea party. For now, it's a matter of waiting until the Club World Cup is over. After that, Chelsea are expected to try again, test Milan's resolve, and land the Frenchman. So, they're obviously going to get to a point where Mike Maignan speaks to Milan again and says, I'm not signing. In January, I'm going to speak to Chelsea again in 6 months, and I'm going to do a pre-agreement on a free transfer. He could say that to them, because obviously 6 months before, you can agree a free transfer for the following summer, and he'll be 31, and maybe we don't give him a 6-year deal, maybe we give him a 5-year deal. Still feels a little bit mental, but yeah, I'm all for it, and I want to tell you why I want Mike Maignan, because yes, he's a good goalkeeper. He's commanding in his area. He's a really good dribbling player. He's like a press-resistant goalkeeper. So like when he's got the ball at his feet, a striker, you get this in the Prem loads, by the way, a striker will be pressing the opposition goalkeeper. In this instance, Mike Maignan, and he'll just dribble around them and pass out and stay calm. Now that is the opposite of Rob Sanchez, who just freaks out. And then passes the ball either into touch or into the opposition. So, yes, massive upgrade, but also his personality, his leadership. I said in previous videos, I reiterated what Andy Brassel, the journalist said, the European expert saying that he's like had, he'll basically call players out. He called out Antoine Griezmann and Kylian Mbappe, of course, in the France national team dressing room, which, Mbappe for his profile and how important Griezmann is for France. He just said to them, he kept a clean sheet, but there was no goals. And he just said, look, it's not good enough. It is not good enough. So he's that kind of character, and he will immediately demand respect in that Chelsea dressing room. And there's a lot of French speakers, of course. There's, if you include Lavia, there's, Leslie Ugochukwu will go, probably, Nkunku will go, but you've still got Fofana, Disasi will probably go, Badiashile might go, all the Frenchies will probably go, but you still got like Gusto, Fofana, Lavia, and he might speak English, I'm not entirely sure. Certainly he'll be able to communicate with the manager in Italian, so I don't think it'll be a big issue at all, and I just massively would welcome his leadership and the profile as well. It would feel like a Chelsea signing again, wouldn't it? Like an old school Chelsea signing of like an exciting high profile player. Yes, I know his stats haven't been the best of late, coinciding with Milan's form, but if you look at him as a goalkeeper in his career and where he is and how much longer goalkeepers go on past 30, I think it would be an excellent signing, and I think no matter what we get him for, it will be good value. And clearly, if we are to believe Rudy Galletti, Italian journalist of Team Talk here, the terms are agreed with Mike Maignan, which is pretty incredible, really. Let me know what you think, though, guys. Short video today because I just wanted to react to this story and react to it with you guys. Let me know what you think. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and again, thank you for the support over the last 6 years here on YouTube. It's been excellent, and I'm very grateful. Also, of course, if you want more content, you're welcome to go check out Football Yannick, the second channel, where I also upload every single day, but I talk about non-Chelsea stuff. Alright, mate, take care of yourselves, enjoy the football, peace.